quality of the soil in the orchard will determine the size and the quality of the fruit that will be harvested. Soil quality depends on its chemical condition, its physical condition, and its organic condition. Let's have a look at soil chemistry first. The soil's chemical condition is quite easy to determine. A soil profile hole is dug and samples of the soil are taken to a laboratory. The lab will determine 4 very important chemical conditions in the soil. These are the pH of the soil, the nutrient content of the soil, the availability of those nutrients to the plant, and the amount of salt in the soil. The pH level is an indication of the acidity or alkalinity in the soil. On a scale of 0 to 14, totally acidic is 0, neutral is 7, and totally alkaline is 14. Low pH levels mean that the soil is acidic, and high pH levels mean that the soil is alkaline. If the soil is acidic, then add calcium. If the soil is alkaline, then add organic material. Deciduous fruit prefer a soil with a pH level of 5.5 to 6.5, so just slightly acidic if the neutral level is 7. Deciduous trees do not grow well in alkaline soils. In these soils, trace elements such as iron are not released by the soil to the tree. Usually, soil pH is corrected during soil preparation, before the trees are planted in the new orchard. Just as we need to eat, so the plant needs to eat. Its foods are the minerals that occur naturally in the ground: nitrogen, potassium, phosphates, and others. If there is not enough food in the soil for the tree, it will suffer. There are 12 elements that the plant needs to take up from the soil in order to grow and to produce a good crop. The main elements that it needs in large quantities are called the macro elements. There are 6 macro elements. These are nitrogen, phosphate, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. There are other elements the plant needs in smaller quantities. These are known as the microelements and include copper, iron, manganese, zinc, molybdenum, and boron. In certain soils, even though the nutrients are present in the soil, they may not be available to the plant. This phenomenon is known as the cation exchange capacity. It refers to the amount of a nutrient that the soil allows the plant to take up. The higher the carbon content in the soil, the more nutrients the soil will release, and the higher the cation exchange capacity rating. A good carbon level in the soil is 3% and above. The way to raise the carbon level is to add organic material. Add compost to the orchards, leave the pruning cuttings under the trees after pruning, put mulch on the ground below the tree, and let the weeds grow a little longer to add more organic plant material to the orchard. A third condition is that of high salt content in the soil, a condition that we call brack soil. Brack conditions occur when the salt content in the soil of an orchard is high. Brack conditions are very similar to those during a drought. You'll wonder how the orchard could be so dry because you've been giving it enough water. What is happening is that the salt in the soil holds the water and the plant finds it very difficult to take up water because the salt grabs onto it and the osmosis process doesn't work. The root needs a lot of energy to try and draw it away from the salt. Brack conditions are caused by sodium or magnesium salts. Older orchards can become brackish over time, especially where the rainfall is low and there is not enough water to leach the salts out of the soil. There are 2 ways to treat brack soils. The first is to apply gypsum, which mixes with the sodium chloride to form calcium chloride, which is highly soluble. Lots of water is applied to the surface and the calcium chloride washes or leaches out of the soil within 3 or 4 weeks, taking the sodium with it. The second method is to apply calcium nitrate. Calcium nitrate will do a similar job and the salts will leach out of the soil, but you have to be able to apply lots of water. Leaching means washing something out of the soil. So, we've looked at the chemistry in the soil, now let's look at its physical condition. The stability of the soil is very important. Does it compact very quickly? Does it drain well? To find out, we dig a soil profile hole once again and speak to a soil scientist. He'd tell you how stable the structure of the soil is. There are 2 methods used to repair soil stability. The first is to add gypsum if the soil is brack, in other words, if there are high levels of salt in the soil. The second way is to add organic material to the surface of the soil. It will rot and break up and leach into the soil, and the more organic material you can get into the soil, the better. Compost and other organic materials should be regularly applied to the orchard. Good organic materials contain earthworms, which continually work the structure of the soil. So earthworms are very important to get a stable, good soil structure. The size of the soil particles is important. Sand consists of larger particles than clay, which is small particles. Small particles form a tight structure without gaps for oxygen and for water to filter through, so the water sits in the clay. In order to be healthy, the plant needs fresh water and fresh oxygen. The plants will tell you that your soil is good by looking healthy and providing a good crop. We should be leaving the soil to our children in a better condition than when we got it, making sure that the soil is in good condition 20 years later.